Hey, what's up, everybody? Paul Olbrantz. Happy Friday. This is your Friday weekend in rates. We're going to talk about what happened a little bit. Like, wow, if you've been following the rates and you were trying to float for that perfect rate, the lowest rate possible, you know now you probably lost. I want to share with you how quickly it happened. So this is good for people that have locked, but it's also good for you as a kind of a warning if you're one of those person that is trying to gamble with the interest rates. You really don't know when it's going to move. I mean, we have all these expectations or thoughts of what's going to happen with rates, and then out of nowhere, it's done. I'm going to share with you exactly what happened, but I also want to share with you before I bring up the report, I'm going to bring up the bond chart. So this is what interest rates are currently traded. They're active bonds. So if you're working with me, you know I'm monitoring the rates for you. If you're not working with me, we should be, but the other person that you're working with should definitely have their hands on exactly what's going on. So I want you to notice how quickly things change. Here's last Wednesday. Here's Thursday and Friday. Between Thursday and Friday, that is 100 basis points that the market moved, which means if you're being quoted a rate on Thursday with no points, now it's it's that same rate. It's going to cost you about 100 basis points or 1 point. So, for example, if your loan amount is $400,000, that would be an additional $4,000 in cost to get that same rate. That's how quickly things move. Now, they go up gradually, but they go down super fast. So there's your warning. Next time, we'll be on that same page. All right, let's talk a little bit about the market here. Let me bring up the interest rates here. Let me bring myself back in the screen so you can see that rates have definitely reacted to that news. Conforming is about 6.5%. Jumbo is a little bit lower, about 6.6, but we're at about 6.375. There's FHA and VA. So the trend is upwards. And my friends, that's just where rates are at. However, if your rate is still 7% or higher, you and I need to talk, whether it be a refinance or whether it be a purchase. If you're still being quoted rates in the sevens, they ain't there yet. They're just not there yet, unless you're doing some non-QM, DSCR, no prepay type loan. But it's always good to get a second opinion. So 7 and up, we connect. It did not make this cut. So before we get into the jobs report, I do want to invite you. It didn't make my slideshow. What happened there? On November 2nd, which is a Saturday at 10 a.m., I'm hosting a webinar. We're going to talk about buying in today's market. We're going to give you a lot of tools, the cost of waiting. We're going to talk about points, no points, 3, 2, 1 buy downs, how to negotiate, when to negotiate. My goal is to help you, my friends and family, save money not only on your mortgage, but get you connected with a real estate agent that's going to negotiate for you. That's going to help you save money. That's what we're here for. Utilize us. All right, you're invited. There it is. All right, let's get to what happened last week. So last week, let me bring this up here. The jobs report came out, and not only did it exceed expectations, the unemployment rate declined from 4.2 to 4.1, which is not good. They made adjustments to the following previous, both July and August revisions to increase plus $72,000. Now, we've said this before. The Feds, the bond market, they're really watching the jobs market because the stronger the jobs market is, the more we have to pay or more people are paid, which is a good thing, right? Because they know there's other jobs out there, so they have to pay more to retain. And that cost is being passed on to you in the forms of goods and services, which is going to elevate that cost, which is inflation. Inflation is a kryptonite to 30-year fixed rate. So when that report came out, that is where we lost 100 basis points. It was totally unexpected. So we'll see what happens to this, because if you look at deeper into the report, hours worked dropped. I don't quite understand that. So we'll see if this is something that we can rely on in the future. We'll see. Or is it a political thing? I don't know. Only time will tell, but I can tell you that is what the market is reacting to. Consumer price index came in yesterday. Again, a little hotter than expected. This has to do with lagging shelter readings, right? Shelters, what we pay for housing, rents, and stuff like that. But we're finally starting to see that it's starting to soften a little bit. So year over year, inflation is down. but we're still not quite where we want it to be. So when it came in a little bit higher than expected today, that did not have a good impact on 30-year fixed rates. So hang in there. We're going to see what's going to happen. Rates are up right now. You just need to know. However, they're still better than they were. They're still great. It's still a great time to buy a home. And speaking of which, if we're not working together, you and I, we should. All you have to do is hit that QR code right there. Book a time with me. And there's no applications, no credit reports, no nothing. We're just going to put a plan in place, a strategy for you to be successful in today's market. I would love to help you save money on your mortgage. All you have to do is your part is click that QR code right there. It's super easy. All right, my friends, that's my little report for this week. Have a wonderful weekend. If you find a house this weekend, do not hesitate to call me. Would love to help you. And with that, I'm out of here.